Alexis Beyers, and I am a recovering heroin addict. After struggling with my addiction for years, whoa, there's a hole here. I began to think that that's all I was ever going to be, a heroin addict. But I'm also a daughter, a friend, a student, an employee, and a child of God. This is not my first time in the Life Transformation Program, but it is the first time that I'm graduating. I am the only child of two loving, genuine, and hardworking people. I had a very normal childhood, and I grew up with many opportunities, but still, something wasn't right. I never felt a true sense of belonging. I felt different, and I didn't know how to cope with those feelings. My self-esteem was never high, and I felt as though I was always wearing a mask to hide my inner self, a chameleon of sorts, just trying to turn myself into who and what I thought others wanted me to be. Upon entering the program in 2016, after my third inpatient rehab, I thought I was truly ready for recovery and to live a meaningful life. Unfortunately, I was not ready to fully surrender to God or able to be honest with myself or anyone else. When I left the program, I wished I hadn't. I spent an entire year cycling between drug use, rehab, and sobriety. I felt as though I was unable to live life without the use of heroin, but desperately hating who I was when I was using. I was tired, worn down, and sure that nothing but an overdose could help me. I am happy to stand here and say, I was wrong. Desperate, I called Jody and I begged for a second chance. In reality, it was maybe a fifth, but who's counting? I hope she's not. I was willing to do anything. After rehab number 5, and on the day of my 26th birthday, I came back to Genesis Acres and began the process again. I would love to tell you that was the day that changed my life, but that day had yet to come. After being in the program for 4 months, I began to get those thoughts of using, drinking, anything that would numb the pain or silence the negativity in my head. I felt as though my mind was at war with itself. One side wanting nothing more than sobriety and change, and the other wanting nothing but to get high. I felt like Paul, who spoke about wanting to do what is right, but doing what was wrong anyhow. The hopelessness I felt at this point in time was immense, and I began to see death as the best option for me. But God had different plans. One of my sisters in recovery spoke to Jody and Lori about my drinking and using and asked that I be given another chance. I believe they have given me hundreds by now. My thinking was so distorted that I questioned whether I wanted that chance or if I wanted to leave. I woke up early one of the next mornings and began reading my Bible and Psalms. I remembered that David cried out to the Lord to help him, and I needed to do the same thing. I didn't pray anything eloquent, and it was actually really choppy. I said, God, I've been trying to do this on my own, but I can't. I can't quit using. This is your problem now, not mine. I can tell you that God did take my addiction, my shame, and my guilt, and He has ever since carried them for me. I'm no longer burdened by what I have done in the past, and I no longer dwell on the damage I have done. I just look forward, knowing the best is yet to come. I started going to school at SPSCC and received a 4.0 during the entirety of my time there. I will be attending St. Martin's to obtain my bachelor's degree in psychology beginning this fall. I received an academic scholarship making my education there possible. I now work for the Union Gospel Mission in the Public Relations Department, and I am constantly in awe of the people, opportunities, and miracles that God puts in my path. Things are not always perfect, and some days, sorry Jim, they suck. But I believe that God will see me through them. I will be celebrating my first ever year completely drug and alcohol free on the 28th of next month. When I thought about what I wanted you guys to know more than anything else, this is what came to mind. That everyone at the mission has shown me the true meaning of grace. They've never given up on me. They've never looked at me and said, you're too much. It's over. They have always shown me love, kindness, and grace beyond what I thought was possible. If I were to personally thank every single person, it would take up the rest of the time we have here. So I just want to thank everyone who has believed in me, who has prayed for me, who has mentored me, who has been there. And I now know, and I hope you do too, that there is no such thing as hopeless.